Boom, peace, intro. What's up, guys? Got my Second Amendment shirt on. Right on, right on. Gotta have it. This one's got sleeves. These sleeves don't bother me when they go all the way down. All right. Anyway, a little chilly. Anyway, just want to make a quick little video. Wednesday. Got snow down here, like in Missouri, like a lot of people did. I'll tell you what, I'm not one for the cold. If I ever get enough money, I'm out of here. I don't want cold anymore. I just don't like it. It takes away so much of your life, man. Just when I was younger, I guess it wasn't a big deal, but now it's just a pain in the butt. Everything's cold. But anyway, finished the custom, and also want to show you guys something I haven't showed you in a while. This is one of my favorites. I keep it stashed in a hiding spot upstairs for quick access. But check that baby out. That's my Sig Sauer. Sweet little puppy right there. She is a dandy. And she's a 22. She's a Mosquito 22, Sig Sauer. Yeah, loaded, duh. But I shoot mini mags, CCI mini mags work excellent out of this. That's what Sig Sauer recommends out of this pistol. But very nice, empty, sweet pistol. Has a decocker right here, ambidextrous safety, double action. Yes, fingers on the trigger. Double action, single action. Does both. And cool thing about it is it really doesn't like to function unless there's a mag in it. Safety needs to be on. Just a lot of things like that. And I don't see, like, it doesn't won't really fire. Now it's empty, won't fire, see? But it needs a magazine in it. Fires. But we'll take that back out. But anyway, laser light, flashlight, whole 9 yards. You can make it strobe, you can make it just flashlight, you can make it just laser. You can make it where you just kick it on, or you can click it completely on. Real nice little, it's just a quick one. People say, oh, 22 ain't gonna do nothing. Well, if you're really good with it, it will. Shoot, what'd they do back in the days? Hitman, they loved 22s. So did the mob. Two to the noggin and you're done, especially close range. And I actually took this to the range several times, and I set my laser up, and at the indoor range, which is about, I'm going to say it's about, oh shoot, it was in meters, but it came out to, I want to say it was 55 yards, which ain't bad for an indoor range. I was very impressed with this pistol. The laser light I put right on the noggin, and it hit right on the noggin all the way out to the end, 55 every time. But see, that's what's good about a 22. It doesn't have a whole lot of drop, especially at those ranges. So that's what's quick about it, is wherever that dot is, wherever that laser is, that baby's going to hit. There, boom, wherever it's at, it's going to hit. And I tested her, I made sure she was right, all the way out to 55 yards, which anywhere in my house is going to be just fine. But I keep her in a cool little stash spot. Most people would never find it. Like I said, I have them stashed all around my house. And this is just a sweet little Mosquito Sig Sauer 22 in digital camo. And she is a beauty. So that kind of brings me to the next thing. You seen Eddie Simple Custom talking about collect this, collect that. Don't get all tied up in these cars. Well, buddy, I collect everything. I collect firearms. I shoot firearms. You say go out on a boat? I do that too. I just don't fish. Had an uncle wore me out fishing. I went with him almost every weekend as a kid because it was something to do, and he would take me. And I got so sick and tired of fishing, I don't fish anymore. And I really only had a taste for catfish anyway. Some people say, "Ooh, that's gross," but ooh, man, he'd bring back some catfish. We'd get catfish. He done most of the catching. I'd catch some, but not, a lot. But ooh, golly, man, some good old fried catfish was delicious. But now I'm burnt out on that. But do all that other stuff. And as far as collecting, if people are collecting these cars to resell and make money off of them, well, they might be surprised. But I collect because I want them. If you can do it, do it. I say collect what you want if you can. Now, if you're doing this when you really should be buying meat and potatoes and putting it on the plate, well, then I guess you're kind of messing up. But I will say that, like I said before, I do have a lot of Hot Wheels. I have a few M2s that I probably could do without. I got them because they were, but not really. I just really loved. But most all of those I do. My Auto Worlds, my Johnny Lightnings, my Green Lights, all of them I like. Hot Wheels, though, I have grabbed a lot of them that I didn't really care about. Mainly just because they were new and they're $1. So yes, I could see where I don't mind getting rid of some of those. And which I have to anyway. Because like I told you guys before, which I agree with Eddie about that, I have no use for cars that I have to put in a box. And I've already got 2 or 3 boxes full of cars now that I don't want in a box. So a lot of these that I don't want have to go so I can get the rest of them up there. And then I'm cutting back. I don't really want any more regular basic Hot Wheels except for ones I like, like that white TA. I got that Trans Am because Trevor Samuda sent it to me. I've yet to see another. If he didn't send that to me, I wouldn't have it. And I want 3 or 4 of those. If I want more of them. The Legends car, that baby is so sweet. And there's a few others I haven't found. But I just want to stick to cars like that. I'm not going to get all the ones I don't really care about. I mean, I got tons I still give away to people, when I find them. Obviously, I collect bone shakers, so I get all bone shakers, even that one. But, there's a lot of them I just don't care about. I do like some trucks. I don't really care to have that truck, honestly. It's cool, and I would probably throw one with my truck sets, but honestly, I could do without that truck. And just things like that, so I just want to stick with, I have a Big Air Bel Air. I have the GameStop one, and another so I don't really care about this one, but I grabbed it anyway. Well, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about that I don't have a use for anymore. And I'm not, I'm fortunate enough to say that it isn't because I can't afford it. It's because I'm just wasting money buying them when I don't really want them. As far as what happens to my cars, well, doesn't matter what you collect. Once you die, what happens to any of your stuff? I have a lot of firearms, guys. I haven't even showed you what I call Ma Bell. I have a real nice reach out and touch you rifle that, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not a sharpshooter. I know there's some guys out there can, but I have one that shoots .308 that I assure you can pierce your ear at 200 yards. And that's nothing. I know there's people shoot way further than that, but I mean, this thing is so accurate, you can consistently hit that earlobe. I mean, I put a quarter. I put quarter size, and it can hit the center of it every time, shot after shot. But this is a real sweet rifle. It's got stabilizers on it. I'll have to show that one day, but she's a dandy. There's probably $2,000 in that rifle. And that's not counting all the little attachments I have on. I have a $700 Sig Sauer scope on her. I mean, this baby's, she's a dandy, and they've got better stuff than this guy's. Well, now, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen to all these things, all these pistols and all. Sure, I could leave a bunch of them to my son. Probably leave a few, but, you know, who's to say he don't sell them? You just don't know. But what I do know, and there's a lot of my firearms I haven't fired and shoot. I have a 270. I used to shoot hedge apples out of trees at 200 yards. Actually, 220 yards was as furthest I could get because I didn't have any more land than that. And just shoot hedge apples out of the tree all day long with that thing. I haven't shot that rifle. I haven't fired that rifle in 18 years, I bet. I've fired a bunch of my other ones, but I haven't fired that one. So like I said, I have a lot of firearms I've collected. And I have a lot of them spread out throughout my house in case I need them. But again, I don't know what's going to happen to those things, you know? I mean, so really you collect what you want to collect, guys. And this isn't just about this. I have a custom I'm going to show you here in a minute. I finally finished Mr. Buonocores. Don't know what order these things are going to finish in. But yeah, that's what I would say. That, you know, it's up to you. You collect what you want to collect. I mean, you know, I agree with Eddie on the part about if you got all these things and you're piling them up in boxes, well, I say why? What's the point? But what you do is none of my business. I don't care. If you want to pile them up in boxes, you go right ahead. But that's not me. Just like a lot of people take them out of the blister. I don't. I mean, there's some I'd like to, but I don't. As you see my green lights. I have a bunch of green lights there. They're taking up way too much room in those blisters, but I don't have to keep wiping dust out of the interiors or anything. Hot Wheels, you can't going to convince me that you can store those Hot Wheels any better than what I have right back there, and with taking less room. Not even in cases. You could take them out, you're still going to use that much room. So it might as well just, you know, it behooves me to just leave them in the darn blister. But some of these others I could see where I'd have more room if I took them out, but I don't. So anyway, like I said, that's up to you, man. And if you want to collect that stuff, then you go right ahead. And whatever it is, I don't care. I don't fish, so I'm not going to buy a $200 fishing rod and reel. You know, so my son does, and he has a lot of those too, but he almost bought a boat last year. I hope he listened to me when I told him, don't buy a boat. Don't buy a boat. Unless you get to use a boat all the time, don't buy it. That's the waste. I mean, these are just Hot Wheels that are sitting here, but if you're not going to go use a boat every weekend at least, or at least, I mean, even if you used it once a month, that's 12 times a year that you're only going to use that boat. And you'll be lucky to use that thing once a month. Now, I get there's a lot of people out there that can use them all the time, but most of you do not, if you're honest. You'll pay for that thing and it'll sit. And then you got to pay somewhere to store it. Store it somewhere if you don't live, if you don't have anywhere to store it. Then you're hauling it back and forth to the lake. All these things that just don't pay. And that's the old saying. There's 2 happy days for a boat owner: the day he buys it and the day he sells it. But of course, there's some people that it's not that way. It works out for them. Same thing with an RV. And I've almost bought a boat when I was younger. I wanted a boat bad. I'm so glad I never did. This is when I was in Arizona. The canyon lakes are beautiful, man. You could go out there and get into some of them canyons and camp on your boat overnight. At least you could back in the 90s. I don't know how the laws are now. And just so beautiful out there. Nobody around you. Just chill out. Nice houseboat. And I wanted one bad. Never would have used it. And I had people, my father-in-law and other people, tell me the same thing. You're not going to use it, boy. And I'll be like, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. I'm going to go every weekend. I'm going to go after work every weekend. No, you're not. You're not. And so my son, the same way. Every time we go on vacation, we rent the stuff. I'll pay $500-600 a day to use it. That's still cheaper than it's going to cost me to buy the sucker and have it sitting somewhere all year and still use it the same amount one week out of the year, So I was glad I never bought that. Same thing with an RV. I almost bought an RV. And actually I did, But I got home and I got sick to my stomach, and I turned around and I told him I did not want it. I called him and I said, I want to void that check, cancel that check, charge me, you know, whatever you got to charge me. I know there's like a $300 deal, but I am canceling that check. Well, lucky for me, they gave me back all my money, every dollar. They didn't keep any of it. But whew, that was a close one. And as it turns out, since that time, I think I would have only had 3, and this is about 8 years ago when this particular one happened. I would have only used that thing about 3-4 times between now and then. Not a good idea. So like I said, there's ways to waste your money, guys, if that's what you want to call it. So to me, these little Hot Wheels ain't nothing. And this is another thing. I quit drinking in 2003, all right? I used to smoke cigarettes. After I quit drinking, I quit smoking cigarettes in 2007. So I still smoked cigarettes for a little bit longer. Well, up until that time, I drank and smoked for 20 years straight, every day. And I'm not ever going to get by without that phone going on. And now you just add up how much money you think I went through every day on tobacco and alcohol. And and it wasn't good for my health either. I mean, I'd kill at least a 12-pack every day. At the very least, 8 beers. But if I was around my brother or somebody else, we went through a 12-pack apiece. We'd get a case of beer, and me and him would kill that thing. I'd go home, go to bed, get up, go to work, do the same thing again tomorrow. How healthy do you think that is? And how much money do you think I spent? A lot. And all I have left to show for that is probably liver damage and scarred lung tissue. Honestly, you know, aging in my face. So there's a lot better things to spend your money on. And even all of this that I've spent here, I still have way more money because I don't spend as much on cars as I did alcohol and tobacco. And not to mention, I'm just an honest guy. I used to smoke weed. I smoked weed. I quit that 10 years ago probably or more. And think about how much money I saved on that. And now I wasn't, you know, wasn't the kind of guy that smoked dope all day long. I go to work, do my job. I'd come home, chill out at night, you know, eat my dinner, drink some beer, and smoke a bowl or two, chill out. And but even then, that costs money. Well, I haven't done that either. And like I said, at least 10 years. So I've saved a lot of money not doing any of those things. So this is really nothing. And I could have bought a lot more stuff if I didn't do those dumb things. But anyway, you know, this is about Hot Wheels. But I just wanted to mention how you guys do what you want to do with your cars. But I get Eddie's point about if you're just buying all this stuff to buy it, you know, you might want to think about it. Why? I mean, I've already got cars in these cases that are in these boxes that I do not like having in these boxes. I got to find somewhere to put them, or, you know, other ones are going to have to go. And that's just how it is, you know. And I like unique cars, you know. I just like certain cars, so that's all there is to it. But anyway, just wanted to say that, show my pistol, and that's just another one. I have, guys, you ain't seen nothing. I have a lot of knives and firearms, guys. But anyway, I got Mr. Buonocore. Got his. He wanted one of these executive suites. So I got that baby done. If I can just make myself remember where this camera is. And this time I actually remembered to put the black wheels on it. Poor McNasty. I messed up and I put chromes on it because the executive suite has black wheels. I'm the one that came up with this. But anyway, because those are actually bombs off a cherry bomb. You don't get these decals with the executive suite decals. You get those decals with the cherry bomb decals. But when I put cherry bomb on a bone shaker or something, I don't have anywhere for the bomb decals, so I save them and then they work perfect on other stuff. But anyway, McNasty was cool. He was like, oh, I like the chrome, so he kept the chrome, which I would have traded him out if he wanted. But anyway, I like putting the long wheelie bars on there. Just what I do. And I don't want her to roll off my phone. There we go. But he wanted one of these, and his just happened to be the next one done. I was I have I have the other three. I'd say the furthest one is Mr. Osgood's Comet. It'll be the last one. I've still got detail work to do on that. But I'm almost done with Ford's Min 84 and Michael Johnson. I got to detail Michael Johnson's engine and mount her. It should be good. But there's yours, Mr. Buonocore. And all done up on the bottom. Sweet little roller. I guess I should have used my turntable and let her spin around for you to see. But yeah, she's nice and glassy. I checked this one over for flaws too, and I see none. Not even a little speck. Not even a little speck. I mean, you see some differences in the chrome, which I've noticed that about them chrome pins, Molotov or whatever, Makalov or Yakamaka or whatever it's called, Molotov cocktail chrome pin, is they're awesome when they're brand new, but after a while they get to where they want to turn more silvery instead of chrome. So I've noticed I need to go real slow and let it just mop out, let it just puddle out. And if you're doing it that way. And also another good way is the way Derek does it. Honest Diecast, he just gets a bunch of it out, and he uses a toothpick a lot of times to dab, but you can actually use a toothbrush too. But just let it, or not a toothbrush, a paintbrush. Yeah, use a toothbrush, man. A paintbrush and a small fine one, and but still you need to mop it on there. And but otherwise it just wants to separate for some reason. So I've noticed that. But anyway, there you go, buddy. And doesn't fit in a display case. I have to ship it in one of those Tupperware things, and you have to display it in something else because it doesn't fit in our typical display case. So there is that. And for all the guys that don't care for all the other stuff I spoke about while standing here, well, I apologize, but y'all should know how I am by now. Apparently it's not just Hot Wheels. And I've asked, people like to hear it and see it, so I show it. So there's that. Got you ready, Mr. Buonocore. I'll get the other guys ready, and I'll have to say one more thing. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but man, I was getting so much more stuff done when I was home from work for that, I guess a whole month. Actually, it was a whole month I was off. But man, back to work every day, I just can't hardly get anything done. I know you guys know the rat race. You get up, you go to work, you come home. You get up, you go to work, you come home. Well, I'll come down here, and before I know it, 4 hours already went by, and I didn't get nothing hardly done. And I got to go to bed, get ready, get up, go to work again tomorrow, come down, and same thing again. Another 4 hours go by, and you ain't hardly got anything done. And it's just crazy, but you guys know the routine. So anyway, there you go. I'll try to show y'all. I got a nice little pocket pistol I used to carry and especially in Arizona. I used to play a lot of craps and Texas Hold'em, back alley poker, and a lot of precarious places, out in Tortilla Flats, out in the desert, a lot of places where things could get a little iffy. And I had a little Derringer side by side breakover 45 long Colt Derringer. Oh baby, she's a sweetie. But I always carried her up my sleeve, and I'll have to show that one to you here pretty soon. It would shoot a 410 shotgun also, shotgun shell, but it was kind of stupid. Didn't do much. I guess if you shot a slug through it, it would, but it kicked like a mule. But I shot 45 long jacketed hollow points out of it. Boy, oh boy, she was dangerous. But I'll show that to you one day. Pretty sweet little gun. It's a Cobra. Maybe you guys have seen them before. But like I said, it's a side-by-side breakover. It looks like it's a miniature shotgun, but it's a Derringer. It shoots 2.4. But anyway, that was a sweet little pistol. I'll show that to you one day. But anyway, there's my little Sig Sauer. Mustang hunter probably like that baby. Digital camo, Mosquito 22. Extremely accurate. 10 rounds. Very, like I said, it's probably not the perfect home defense pistol, but it'll work. I mean, I always aim small, shoot small, so I'm a head guy anyway. I know everybody says, no, you go for the torso. It's easier under pressure. I understand. But if you can remain calm, you go for the noggin, especially close range. You're a lot more effective. Too many people can't wear armor. I mean, I only hope that somebody comes in, if somebody ever does come in my home, that they go for my torso, because I'll have my vest on if I ever have a chance to get it on. So, you know, if they go for my noggin, well, I ain't got nothing to protect that. But anyway, noggin, torso, you get hit with a 22 that close, it ain't gonna matter. But anyway, that's all that is, 22. Hope you guys like it. Guess I better let you guys go, and don't forget, Second Amendment, stick up for it, guys. You need it. We need it. Look at all the other countries don't have it anymore, and they wish they did. And I'm sick and tired of them wanting to take it from me because of some idiot. I don't do nothing wrong with my firearms. I've owned them forever. Anyway, guys, I'll see y'all next time. I'll try to get the rest of these customs done and show them. And I decided I'm not going to show knives and pistols in every video, because sooner or later YouTube's going to say something to me about it, I'm sure. I'm going to do something wrong, which, as long as I haven't done anything, they can't penalize me or suspend me or anything like that. I mean, sure, they can say, well, this video is not going to be monetized. Well, I don't care. I don't care. Don't monetize any of them. I don't care. You know what? I hit the monetize button a minimum of 24 hours after my first video. So usually the second day, I'll go ahead and hit that monetize button. But before that, I don't hit that thing for ads to be on my, like right now when I finish this video, I'm not going to turn it on so you're immediately getting hit with ads. I try to leave it like that so all you guys that normally watch my videos can watch it without ads being on it. And I think I've been successful. I don't think any of you guys had to deal with ads. But I noticed after a day or two, YouTube got to where they would throw ads on my videos. So now, since they're doing that, I'll just hit it myself after a day or two and let the ads come on. But they're supposed to be skippable. I selected skippable ads. So if it's not letting you skip and you're stuck with ads, let me know. I'll go back in there and see what I did wrong, because I'm not like, you know, YouTube pro with any of this. So anyway, guys, y'all take it easy. See y'all later. Got to go to work again tomorrow. 2 more days for the week, and then we're out of there. And weekend, hopefully I can get some more stuff done. But anyway, got you ready, Mr. Buonocore. Just if you happen to see this video, just email me, let me know when you're ready, and we'll get her sent to you. And I'll take it easy. Peace. Outro.